Coach, another game with double-digit steals. You force 16 turnovers, but at the same time, you also give up 80 points, which has been a theme earlier on this year. Do you feel like on the defensive end, you guys tend to take too many risks, which can leave you vulnerable to allowing easy buckets when you don't force the turnovers?
Yeah, it's a fine line, right? When with your aggressiveness, right? Do you gamble? Yeah, it has to be calculated, right? We try to play the ball through our discipline, right? Our principle is move your feet first, right? Move your feet first, absorb the contact, and a lot of times teams have the tendency to over dribble, right? Um, and give the ball to you. And a lot of times you don't have to reach and make some remarkable play. A lot of times if you do the things and win the spot with your position, you give yourself that opportunity for the steal. So we have to um, be calculated in the gamble of I'm just going all out for it, or did I move my feet and now I have a chance to really play the basketball. There's instances where we're doing both. Yeah, it's something that we have to manage and get better. You know, our pace is fast too, so scoring is going to be up a little bit. I do understand that, right? We're not playing in the 60s, and we're playing in the 90s almost. So, um, and then I think scoring. I'm not sure, and I have to fact check this. It feels like scoring is up across the country, and I think that's been an emphasis too. That's the message. Commissioner of the officials came in like they want to see more scoring. So um, there we have it.
14 points from Max Edwards off the bench after not playing the last game. What did you see from him, not only in the game, but in the days prior after Northeastern that allowed him the opportunity to get back on the court?
Well, Max needed to practice harder. He needed to act like that. He wanted to play basketball, and um, sometimes players had a tendency to treat their minutes from a sense of entitlement at times, like it's just supposed to happen, and that's just not nearly the case. Not at least in my program. I'm going to make you work for it. So if you practice and you are here for the team and you're pouring in those habits, then I can get with that. But if it's the other way around, then if I'm not the best teacher, sometimes the bench is. So there it is.
Another defense question, Drew. Obviously, Saturday's setback was frustrating, but it's perspective. How, if at all, steps forward do you feel the team showed defensively, whether it was by play, by fight, by energy, or do you feel that there's still work to be done?
There's still work to be done. I think there was some. I think our ball screen defense was actually better. The one-on-one situations caused us some issues. I think we could have played the scout a little bit better from an attention to detail, right? Keontae Cornelius, right, is a guy who wants to get the jump shot up. We didn't make him a driver enough. We allowed him. Yes, those were tough shots, but those were the shots he was actually hunting and chasing. And sometimes what we deem as tough, he deems as comfortable for himself. So he was A-OK taking those shots, and we, like I said, more attention to scout and, hey, let's make him a driver. But I do think improvement-wise from a ball screen defense, I thought that was there. Now we have to be stronger in our rotations and our one-on-one defense.
So when you replaced the starters with five other guys, was that a planned after you saw what the beginning of the game? Were you not happy with the defense, and did you want to make a statement there, or was that unintentional? And what did you say at halftime?
Well, it was very intentional. I don't like to do things unintentionally. As like I think everything needs to have some intention and purpose. Yes, I was very unhappy with where we were defensively, and I'm just going to trust the next five guys to go in and see what they can do. I thought they steadied us a little bit. Their effort was better. We got some stops in there. it was hard to see. We mixed in some turnovers that gave them easy fast break layups. But I do think that second group came in at maybe even right before the 16-minute mark and made some corrections. They made some changes, and that's the type of effort and energy you want from your bench, regardless of the situation, right? We were struggling, or if we're playing good, you want that bench to come in and try to raise the level of play. And at halftime, I just showed them every clip of how we've been scored on. And so there was no denial.
Top scorer for Central State was Cornelius off the bench. Just curious your thoughts on how he played, because he kind of reminded me of Jackie Johnson, the way he shot the ball and how explosive he can get it up. How difficult is it to just stop perimeter players who basically have an endless green light to just shoot the ball whenever?
Yeah, it is challenging. I think the one bright spot is when you peel it back, we made him take 17 shots, right? Now, going 50% from the three-point line, which he did himself, right? That's damaging. No, we can't. Even though we had him take a high volume of shots, 6 for 12 is still a lot. And when a guy has that type of confidence and a green light like that, you just have to know. And it wasn't for a lack of, right? We seen it on tape. We discussed it. I told them him and Luster, they come in with an attack mindset, and they're going to take any shot that they like. And we didn't respond in the right way. So like I mentioned before, more attention to scout and not allow guys to play in the comfort zone of what they like to do.
Drew, Jake finally had his number after it's been exactly a year on the court get called. Just how nice was it to call his number, give him the chance to play? He had 16 minutes tonight and did string some positive plays together tonight.
Mm-hmm. Like he immediately made a great play. Got a piece of the ball on Cornelius' jump shot. Forced probably one of the few misses they had early on in that game. No, it was that Jake brought that up to my attention yesterday about it being almost a 1-year anniversary, and I kind of got nervous, but in Jake fashion, and he's like, there couldn't be a better moment to return. And I said, you know what, you're right, Jake. Just super different outlook on it. Like, I immediately got like, hey, why would you bring that up? Like, this is the moment we crashed last year and you went down. But he's worked hard to get to this point. He feels stronger this time around through both injuries that he sustained. And we're just working him through. There's still some restrictions. Right, I still tried to monitor his play, but I thought overall, like, Jake has a knack for just being a winner and trying to play with a certain level of energy and making plays, and he'll continue to find his way.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.